So we are going to begin the Rin playthrough of Realms of Arkania Startrail, and we're going to do the character creation, which is very in-depth. And I call it a Rin playthrough because this is one of the games that inspired Rin. Not in, again, the specific mechanics, but the tone of the game and the class system, how important different the archetypes are and how important they fit together as a class. They do different things in the game. Wilderness travel and exploration, and then some are good at thieving type abilities, some have magic, some are just pure warriors and physical skills that and is an inspiration for the different archetypes that I wanted in Rin. So we're going to do character creation and create the characters. We're going to start by creating, they're going to be my favorite Rin characters, so we're going to start by making Verstagliga. And 13 strength, low wisdom, high courage, low intuition. This is probably going to be a little too low, so we're going to re-roll. 13, actually your stats range from 8 to 13 at character generation in the system. We'll go charisma, wisdom, courage, intuition, dexterity. Yeah, again, too low. It's got to, I don't want to min-max everything, but I really want to I want to represent how he would function in the Dark Eye 3rd edition, make it a close approximation. Charisma, dexterity. Oh, shoot, wrong one. Start with a 13, of course. This makes it easier when you start with a 13. Strength, wisdom, charisma, dexterity. Oh, I clicked wrong again. Okay. Strength, dexterity, courage, agility, charisma, wisdom, intuition. Pretty solid. Thorvalians have to have a 7 superstition, and even though it's not written in there, they have to at least have a 4 claustrophobia. I think that might be a glitch, but that's just the rules. He's not afraid of the undead. Give him a high claustrophobia. He has a violent temper. Fairly avaricious, not fear of heights, and pretty curious. And it should actually choose class. So yeah, Thorvalian. So I think we are going to make some adjustments. His wisdom definitely needs to be lowered. Wisdom. And I would say decrease his decrease wisdom, decrease claustrophobia down to a 4, I think is reasonable. So 18 strength, very low intuition, very high agility, moderate dexterity. Charisma, a little more charming. Versagliga is probably more 11 or 12. Was pretty solid. Superstitious, not fear of heights, not fear of. Okay, avaricious, necrophobia. Hey, that necrophobia should be dropped. Pretty solid though overall. I would say his avarice is a little higher. Let's go ahead and up our dexterity. We'll change basic values. Wait. Change basic values. Yes, we're going to go dexterity is going to increase, and we're going to bump up his violent temper to, let's see, avarice to a 6, and I think curiosity, yes, I think a 7 in avarice, 11 dexterity, 7 acrophobia, claustrophobia, avarice, necrophobia, curiosity, violent temper. Yeah, that's solid. Okay. Choose class. Thorvalian, there we go. Pick the picture for Verstagliga. We're going to go with this one. And then we're going to do his skills. And this is where he is going to focus on axes, edged weapons, and unarmed. Unfortunately, you can't use two-handed weapons. I know it's silly. He's a big barbarian, but he can't use them. Only warriors can. Kind of a little flaw, but I'm going to go axes, combat, edged weapons. So, keep working on that. Okay, one more try. And then combat unarmed. If his weapon breaks, he can punch. And after that, we're going to do a bunch of body skills for Verstagliga. He's just going to be all around physical specimen. First of all, get everything out of the negative. Stealth, body, hide. Try to get everything out of the negative here. Body, ride. And body, carousing. Definitely, that's his drinking ability. Let's see. So I think that's good for right now. Let's see what else we got. Haggle, lie, evaluate. I'm going to give him a little bit of social seduce skill just because it's a little bit of a charmer. A little bit of tactics. He does actually understand battle, so that's one thing that stand out for him. I think he also has some basic knowledge of treating wounds, which is an important skill for a lot of people to have in this game, but I do think treat wounds makes sense. Oh, craftsmanship, treat wounds. Oh, I'm gonna go one more. That's a slow learn. Alright, so danger sense, perception, definitely not good at any of that. Survival, herblore, bind, track, orientation, instrument, treat disease, cheat, pickpocket, train animals, drive. I think we're just going to go with, let's see, bump up his, we're going to actually make him, we want to make him dance. That'd be funny, sure, why not? Well, no, actually we'll have him do, we'll just kind of start with self-control. I believe that's like, kind of like enduring through pain and not reacting, self-control. Physical control, we'll go physical control. And then we'll go body, self-control. Okay, those are all of his attempts. So again, axes, edged weapons, unarmed, and a bunch of body skills and a few other little skills. And then we're going to increase all of his ratings on high. He's going to have high attacks. So in this game, you get one attack roll, one defend roll per round. It's a kind of a pretty simplistic battle system, and again, it's too bad he can't use two-handed weapons, or I would wish he could, but again, he's going to be focused on unarmed, axes, and edged weapons. And there we go. To name him. His main role is going to be, he's going to be a quick, lightly armored warrior who runs in. Oops, spelled him wrong. And he's going to have a lot of body skills, so climbing, running, jumping, kind of skills like that. That's what he'll be. Swimming, those are the things he'll be used for. Verstagliga. Alright, and we'll save him. Alright, do you want to save this character? Yes. Next, we are going to create a warrior, Ildrenbred, which similar idea, except he can actually use. It's actually overall probably a better warrior than Verstagliga because he can use better weapons, and but he's going to be kind of a slow moving, but he's going to use two-handed weapons. He'll be pretty tough. Strength. Let's see. Dexterity. He has some wisdom. Not great charisma. Intuition isn't great. Courage. Yeah, it's not good enough. Strength. Courage. Dexterity. Charisma. Wisdom. Again, not good enough for him. Gotta at least get the basics of the character down, or it doesn't make sense. Dexterity, agility. Put this in here for now. Okay, it's actually a little bit more intuitive and wise, but okay. So the only thing warriors have to have is a violent temper below 4. So we're gonna go. I would say he's a little curious. Ooh. I guess we'll make him where he's avaricious. They have to put violent temper low. Not very superstitious. Not very afraid of the undead. I guess he's going to be fear of heights and claustrophobic. So we can mess with these, though. Let's go change basic values. Yes, so we're going to go strength, increase, and we'll pump up our curiosity. He's going to be a little more curious. And then courage, we will increase. And again, a little bit more curious, a little more avaricious. Let's see. Charisma. Yeah, charisma is actually one we can drop. So decrease. And we can drop his acrophobia. I don't think he's not really have a lot of fears, to be honest. He's not terribly charismatic, though. Acrophobia. Really doesn't. Yeah, superstition is fine. Strong, agile, courageous. He's actually somewhat wise, somewhat charismatic, not very dexterous, pretty okay. Intuition should be a little higher. So we would have to raise maybe claustrophobia, necrophobia. Yeah, he's more intuitive, that's the only issue. If once you raise something, you can't change yourself. Courageous, wise, claustrophobia, necrophobia. Let's bump down the charisma a little bit. Okay, we're just gonna get rid of. He's really not. He doesn't really have a lot of vices. I guess avarice we pumped up, but I guess he's gonna be a greedy older dread in this case. I'm curious, but other than that, wisdom. Yeah, I think again, I think the intuition's the only one really that. He's a little more intuitive than that, but I think it'll be fine. Okay, so choose class. Should warrior? Yep, warrior. And we're gonna pick this picture. Name Ildrenbred. Ildrenbred the knight. Sometimes he's a paladin. Sometimes he's just a warrior. And he is going to just focus on two-handed weapons, combat, and two-handed weapons. That's kind of all that he cares about. And then after that, I'm going to go, he's actually going to be into lore, which is not terribly common for a warrior so much, but this is going to be his thing. And he's a little bit more learned than a typical warrior, I guess you could say. Going to be filling in actually some of the wizards. Just put one each. Just bump everything up a little bit. So I'm actually not going to have a wizard, even though wizards are really powerful in this game, or magician as they're called. And after that, definitely intuition. He actually has good danger sense and good perception, kind of like a paladin type. He is going to have treat wounds just a little bit. Craftsmanship, we'll put another one to treat wounds. And then I think the rest we're just going to go into lore right down the line. Right down the line, just trying to. History. Ritual, yep. So he's just, goes for tactics, so it's a little bit better. So yeah, he's just going to be our lore master. And we're going to bump up all of his stats. Always make everybody max attack. Honestly, because it makes combat go faster. Two-handed weapons is where his focus is going to be. I think that's maxed out, right? Oh no, you can go even higher. Alright, axes. Swords. Max everything out. Alright, we're going to save Ildrenbred. And next we are going to generate, we're going to do Keen. Keen the Rogue. No bards in this. Jester, but it doesn't really fit, so it's really a thief. A rogue is a better class overall, I would say, for most things. So they have to have a courage, dex, and agility that's high, so that's where we're going to go. Keen's probably going to have overall the best stats, I would say. He's kind of the true group leader, so we need courage, dex, and agility. We'll start with courage. Wisdom, intuition, charisma, dexterity, strength. Yeah, definitely not strong enough. Gotta have really good stats for Keenies. Kind of the default leader. The real leader. Verstaglig is the muscle, but Keen is the actual leader of the party. Courage, that's high enough. Agility, we can mess with it. Wisdom, charisma, intuition, strength. Okay, and then thieves have to, I don't think, yeah, they don't have to have any real qualities. I'm going to say Keen is, 4 is right in the middle. He's a little superstitious. Definitely has avarice. Pretty curious. Not really afraid of the undead. Let's say violent temper, not fear. Okay, yeah, it's not bad. And then we're going to make some adjustments. We're going to go change basic values, yes, and agility. Increase, he's going to have violent temper. Dexterity increase, he's going to have, he's definitely avaricious, he's a thief. Charisma increase, he's going to have maybe a little bit more claustrophobic, a little bit more fear of undead. He's a little more superstitious. Intuition needs to increase. It's definitely going to have max curiosity. It's very curious. Collector of tales. Necrophobia up to 4 I think is reasonable. I'm going to say he's actually fairly wise, so I think he might just end up being loaded with vices so that his stats are higher. Yeah, it's going to be very superstitious. I guess a lot of thieves are. We'll go. Yeah, we're just going to go all the way. He's just going to be. Well, I guess we'll go acrophobia, fear of heights. And yeah, we'll make him a little more afraid of the undead than he should be. So I think that's actually pretty solid. High intuition, high wisdom. He's violent, avaricious, curious. Middle of the road, claustrophobia, necrophobia. I guess he's very superstitious in this one, as many thieves are. And fear of heights just a little bit, which hopefully we can drop down. Okay, I think that fits him. Choose class. And he's going to be a rogue. Picture we're going to have is going to be... that's a tough one. It's not bad right there. Actually, a lot of these are pretty nice for Keen. That would be if he's in disguise. Keen. It's actually pretty interesting. I think we're going to go with that one. And Keen, as far as we're actually going to use swords and pointed weapons. I think I'm going to start with pointed weapons and eventually switch to swords. So let's start with pointed combat swords. Okay. Then his most important thing is going to be cheat, pickpocket, and instruments. So let's go to cheat. Craftsmanship, cheat. This is how you make a lot of money. He's good at cheating at cards. Pickpocket. I'm gonna max these out. Craftsmanship, pickpocket. Pocket. Alright. And then he's going to be definitely an instrument. So he is a bard, so he definitely has the instrument. After that, we're going to go definitely intuition. He's very keen on danger sense, intuition kind of stuff. And then after that, I would say social and body skills probably. So let's go to social. Really pretty good. We're going to go social, say human nature, social, convert, social, seduce. Let's take a look at some body skills. I think body dancing could make some money through dancing. And then body, maybe stealth. And then body, a little bit of swimming. He's been around. Body, acrobatics. Okay. Solid. And then we're just going to bump up all of his attacks. He's got actually a good attack base. Nice. I can get down to 8 pointed. I bump them all up, even though a lot of these he can't even use. So swords increase. Okay. So again, he'll start with pointed. He'll eventually probably switch to swords. Name is Keen. Keen the Bard Rogue. Save. And after that, we're going to have Keith. And this is Bishop Keith. He's really like a paladin or priest type. This game doesn't really have those. I mean, I guess you could pick some sort of caster, but closest thing is really going to be like a wilderness guide, hunter. So I think it's going to fit him best. So new basic values, and the only thing with Keith is claustrophobia has to be 7+ and have to have high agility and intuition. So we're going to wait till we get a 13 and we'll start. 13, agility, dexterity, wisdom, intuition, courage, charisma, strength. Nah, not bad. And the only thing is his claustrophobia has to be 7+. Not terrible. He's a little bit superstitious, but not avaricious at all, actually. So I guess we can put this in claustrophobia. Not terribly superstitious. No violent temper. Not fear of undead. No acrophobia. No, actually really good stats. So we do need to pump up his claustrophobia. So we will go with change basic values. Yes, courage. Definitely is very courageous. A little bit more violent temper actually. He's fairly curious. Courage. Not avaricious. And then claustrophobia has to be, we'll just max it out. Bump up courage a little bit of superstition, a little bit. Okay, then intuition can increase. He's pretty curious, actually. He's definitely a little bit more wise. Increase. I'll give him a little touch of avarice, a little touch of necrophobia. Yeah, who isn't afraid of the undead? And let me think if that's... He's definitely more charismatic, though, so we're going to have to maybe a little bit more superstitious, a little more acrophobia, a little more wisdom, a little more avaricious, a little bit more violent temper. I can get a little hot-headed. Charisma, we'll say violent temper. I guess he's turned into a bit of a hothead. Say he was a little younger at the time. So 13 strength, intuition, 13 agility, 11 dex, 10 charisma, 12 wisdom, 13. 4 superstition, 4 acrophobia, 8 claustrophobia, 4, 3, 8, 7. Pretty solid. All right, so we will choose class as the hunter. And we'll make, what do we want to make Keith out to be? We'll say he's a younger Keith. We'll go right there. Yeah, this is in his younger days when he was a little more hot-headed. So I think we'll go, what about that? Should he be jolly and young? Yeah, we'll make him jolly and young. Name, before he became a bishop, I guess. Keith. And all we're going to care about on him are going to be, combat's going to be pole arms, because he's just going to use a quarterstaff. Combat. Arms. And combat missile weapons. He's going to be an archer. And then as far as his abilities, missile forms, he's going to be all nature. We'll do a lot of intuition though too. These only go up by 1. It's definitely intuitive and keeps the party safe. Nature, I'm going to just bump everything up. Nature, try as best we can. Everything up to 5 for now. Oh, nature, orientation. Okay. And then he's also going to have a little bit of the treat wounds and the diseases and things, because it's really kind of good for everyone to have a little bit. And he is a healer, so he's going to become a bishop. So I think he should have a little bit of each of these. Craftsmanship, wounds, and then probably the rest into nature, survival, nature, animal lore, nature, herb lore, craftsmanship, treat wounds, craftsmanship, treat disease, craftsmanship, treat poison. Okay. And we're just gonna put these all up. Full arms is gonna be again his main melee weapon. He'll just switch to a quarterstaff. And I don't know if I like that picture though. Not this one. More of a Robin Hood type. Yeah, we'll go with the old Robin Hood look. Save character, yes. Okay, we got 2 more to go. We got Dumpy the Dwarf King. So they've got to have Dex and Strength high, and Avarice of at least 7, and Claustrophobia less than 4. So new basic values. Going Dex and Strength. We're going to start with the 13. Dex. Oh, wait, what is it? Yeah, Dex and Strength have got to be high. Not very charismatic. Pretty courageous. Fairly agile. Intuitive, wise. Yeah, those. And so we got to have at least a 7+ in Avarice. And then we're going to go definitely superstitious, violent, temper. This is the one. Claustrophobia's got to go. With the rest of these, I don't think you're. Oh, wow, he's very vicious. I guess that's life. Change basic values. Yes, courage is definitely up. Violent temper, curiosity. What's this? Strength, intuition, wisdom, charisma is great. Agility, dex. That's pretty solid. Acrophobia, claustrophobia. Yeah, he's a very vicious character. So choose class, which would be a dwarf. And I think we're going to make him here, Dumpy the Dwarf King. Name, old Dumpy the Dwarf King. And he is going to be edged weapons. That's all he's going to focus on. Our combat, edged weapons. Not going to, Versailles is doing the axis, he's going to focus on edged weapons. And then after that, he's going to do locks. Craftsmanship locks, he's going to be the lock picker. Craftsmanship. Oh, oops, didn't mean to do that. So you got a random one. Craftsmanship, yeah, it's going to be the lock. There we go. And then I think he does need to get swim again, not because it really fits him, but because the game kind of requires you to have swim. Body. Oops, it's stealth, which actually is fine. Swim. Yeah, because it. Then we're going to go craftsmanship. I want to give him enough treat wounds just to basically, he's got a little bit, he's kind of resourceful. Treat wounds, treat disease, treat poison, I think is probably just get them all up to 4s and craftsmanship, treat poison, just a little bit. After that, I think I'll probably, intuition, yeah, he's danger sense and intuition, perception. And the rest of these, I think we're going to go body, and we're going to go stealth. Dwarves are actually fairly stealthy in this game. Climb, they can actually climb. Body. What about hide? It can be fairly stealthy. Body, stealth, body, physical control, body, self-control. Yeah, going to make him fairly physical. Okay. And just edge weapons increase, swords. Oh, increase, swords increase. Axes increase, oops, axe, oh. It's kind of silly that you have some of these skills, but you can't even equip some of the weapons. But yeah, he's going to be an edge weapon guy. It's going to be his focus, and save the character. Yep. And the last one is going to be Krusty, and we're going to make him a druid. He's going to be a little different. Going to have some tricks up his sleeve. He's going to be the one spellcaster that we have. And Krusty is got to have what? Courage and intuition, and necrophobia's got to be low. So courage and intuition. He's another very vicious character, a lot of vices. Oops. Oof, rolling poorly. Courage and intuition, so let's go courage, dexterity, charisma, and oof, definitely not gonna work. Courage, there we go, intuition, strength, wisdom, charisma, agility, yeah, these don't really. Okay, so the only one that's got to be really low is violent temper, definitely. It's got to be less than 4 is necrophobia. So hopefully we roll low. Necrophobia, yeah, it's fine. We can change these. Change basic values, yes. Strength, increase. Violent temper, curiosity. Strength, curiosity, avarice. Yeah, we got a pretty vicious party, really. They're not known for virtue. And we're just gonna max out his vices, because I mean Krusty's about as, he's not known to be virtuous. Wisdom, increase, claustrophobia, acrophobia. Yeah, we're just gonna max out all of his vices. And we'll go charisma. He's actually a little bit more charismatic. I think so. Superstition at 6. And then we're gonna go charisma, increase, curiosity. He's gonna be maxed out except for necrophobia, which he's not allowed to be. Charisma, superstition, and curiosity. Yeah, very vicious. That's great. His druidic powers have granted him all these gifts, but also brought with him vices. So he's going to be a druid. Do you want to transfer and increase attempts? Yes. How many spell increase attempts? No, we don't want any. We want to go all spells. So we're changing our skills into spell increase attempts so we can be better with magic. And there's the picture for Krusty. Oops, that's Krusty. Here's Krusty. He's gotten into some dark magic. He's gone down a dark path. So he is just only going to have a full arm as combat. Full arms. There we go. His skills are actually going to be primarily nature, perception, and then the healing skills. So we're going to go, let's get the intuition going. Danger sense, intuition, perception, a bunch of nature skills, herb lore, nature, survival, survival. He's going to kind of help Keith there, filling in that role. And then craftsmanship, treat poison, treat disease, treat wounds. Definitely going to be skilled in that. Some of his magic healing abilities. treat wounds. Okay, and that's it. Now his magic, there's a bunch of, oh, okay, we gotta go. Footworms is the only one that's positive. Yeah, everything else is negative. So he's not great at combat. Here we go. This is where you want to get some stuff going. Guardian, stop transformation. I suppose dispel, stop transformation would be good. Healing, balm of wound, healing, pure and clear. These have a lot of different. Definitely want to focus on domination effects. Domination, Baladam. I don't remember what all these do, but a lot of these are like evil eye kind of turns. There's like a hex that turns you against each other. Great need, I think, just makes enemies run away because they have they're overcome with a great need. They have to go pursue. Domination, Horophobos. Domination, dance. I love that dance ability. Just makes creatures dance. Domination, Somnigravis. Banish spirits is really important. It is used. One point you kind of have to have it, if I recall, to get past a certain part in the game, which kind of stinks. To be honest with you, it's kind of forced into taking it. I guess we'll do Foreman. That helps you move. Transversalis can't do that. Illusion, duplication. If you have at least a -5, you can at least attempt to spell. Illusion, camouflage. Combat lightning just blinds a foe. I think that's the only combat spell we're going to take. Yeah, just lightning. Eagle Wolf, again, this is another one where if you want to get past a certain point in the game, you have to have magic armor, Fire's Bane, increased courage, increased dex. Yeah, nothing great there. Yeah, looks will produce light. That's nice. Melt solid is useful in a certain area. And we got 9 more. Now I usually go through and just actually I want to do domination. I'm gonna get all domination. So domination, try to oops. Domination, astral theft, domination or Spondami. Dance already got, oh no I didn't. Do some domination, Somnigravis. Oh crap, not what I wanted. Okay, domination, I do Horophobos. Nope. Let's see if I can do any more of these more than 1 point. Sometimes you can only do 1 point each level, it just depends on the spell. Oh nice, it let me. Evil Eye, great need. Fusion, nice. Oh. Domination, Master of Animals. Spell, transformation, spell, breakdown. I wish it would show you how many you could actually get. So then, domination I want to focus on. With demonology, summon a skeleton, I think. Sure. Alright, so Krusty's been meddling and messing with the dark arts. And now, there we go. Save character. Yes. Turn to program. So now, I'm going to bring our party into. We've got. Oh, that's what I meant to do. Just want to leave it. Now we're going to bring our newly made characters. So we've got Verstagliga, Ildrenbred, probably Keen, Dumpy, Keith, and Krusty. And we will save it. Should ask for copy protection. Oops, so new party. Yes. Alright, we'll just name it. We're just going to call it Start. And it's going to be the copy protection. So I do have a cheat sheet. Okay, so there we go. We're saved. And I think if we just look at our party, Verstagliga's got axes. Yeah, we got pretty good party. he's going to be quick combat. He's going to be heavy combat. Keen is the social and skill guy, going to get us a lot of money. Dumpy's going to be our lock picker and another heavy combatant with high hit points. Keith is the wilderness expert. Krusty is another wilderness expert, a little bit different, but it's good to have two of them. So I think it's going to be a really interesting group to adventure with. So yeah, we're going to call it for now. That'll be the first session.